Dharma Masters of the Jing Si Abode proved that environmental protection can be easily practiced in daily life. We meet an amazing grandmother who single-handedly raised 3 grandchildren. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Dharma Master Zheng Yin has been promoting recycling for 28 years now. Other masters of the Jing Si Abode also follow suit to extend the life of recycled items. They passionately promote recycling and educate the public about the importance of environmental protection.
After the plastic bags are washed with recycled rainwater, they will then be dried. For the small bags, they can be used to pack fruit. For these big ones, on the other hand, they can be turned into waterproof aprons.
Inside the bag that is used to pack pearl barley, there's a lightweight plastic bag. We can use it as a garbage bag. For the thick plastic bag, we can sew it and turn it into an apron.
The Jing Si Abode's recycling station is full of ingenuity. For example, this recycled grain rice bag is used to carry recyclable items.
We have a lot of rice bags. This is the bag for our Jing Si instant rice. We can turn the rice bags into lunchbox bags. It is convenient for everyone to carry. It can also extend the life of items.
看到没？好，里面就只有这个黑胶是垃圾。
As there are various recyclables delivered here, the Dharma Masters have kept many valuable resources, such as iron.
If we throw away everything that can be recycled, such as cassette tapes and VCR tapes, the amount of garbage in the earth will increase. But I want to remind people that we only have one planet, Earth.
From big items to small parts, the volunteers try everything possible to recycle them. Even leftover fruit peels can be made into enzymes. Dharma Masters of the Jing Si Abode set a good example for others to follow and prove that environmental protection can be easily practiced in our daily life.
Lai Qingqi was once the owner of a chemical factory. He never thought that just 1 year after retirement, he would be struck with gastric cancer. After total gastrectomy, he dedicated his life to being a Tzu Chi volunteer.
When my father was sick, a volunteer lady came to care for him, and I felt her passion. At that time, I simply wanted to give back, and from 2002, I've been doing this work.
From the beginning, he was very humble. He didn't tell me what he did in the past. He said he just went to work. Later, I learned that he had a factory. He was the boss. I thought it must be hard for a boss to do this hard, messy work with us. I don't think it's easy.
When I was diagnosed with second-stage gastric cancer, it was very difficult for me to accept the diagnosis. When I was in the hospital, I read some books by Dharma Master Zheng Yin and Jing Si aphorisms and slowly reflected upon what type of homework I had to do in this life.
Brother is a good person. He often cares for disadvantaged groups. Actually, he cares about everything in our community, as I totally support him.
Sometimes when I discuss something or make a report, I think about the Dharma. I also use my own personal experience with illness and the recovery process. This can be very persuasive. Becoming a documenting volunteer has allowed me to see how every unit within Tzu Chi operates. I can go everywhere and see what they do. I take pictures and video as I was interested in this and want to do this added function.
你看知恩感恩报恩，好啊，这个
You see the grace, gratitude, and giving back. I just mounted these. These are Jing Si aphorisms everywhere, and I think about sharing this message with everyone.
他本来是一个很强势的人。
He was a very strong person. After retirement over the past few years, he has shared Tzu Chi's message with me. He's much warmer and not as tough as before.
他现在会用比较
Compared to before, he now uses a better way to communicate with us. He tells us to think more about others. He said, don't just blindly stick to your own position.
现在台湾人一个
Taiwanese is a culture where they handle things or interact with others in a relatively negative way. Fewer people try to act in a more positive manner or think about their interactions.
张籍尹is one of the onstage volunteers who are performing the auspicious month prayer ceremony in Taipei. She was a Tzu Chi and wants to become a Tzu Chi commissioner. This year, she invited both of her parents to perform the sutra adaptation with her.
Chen Baolan is quite hesitant about performing in the auspicious month prayer ceremony.
又要背歌词，又要
I have to recite the lyrics and learn the movement. I'm afraid that I'm not competent in doing these things.
没有办法去胜任这一件事情。几度秋90度。
Her daughter Zhang Jiyin instructs her in performing the overture of the sutra adaptation, just like her personal trainer.
45度嘛，对不对？然后右脚出去。女儿这样子就是互动啊，也是因为借由这一次。
Since I started to prepare for the performance, my daughter has good interactions with me. This brings us closer together.
那种感觉是很近的。
Before, I performed in the sutra adaptation of water repentance with my mother. This year, my father will join with us. I look forward to it.
第一次跟你有同台。
This is the first time that I will perform with my daughter. My wife will also be on the same stage. We should work together to create a happy life.
羡慕的生活就是要一起来。
While the family of three performs on the same stage, they are also integrated in the big Tzu Chi family at the same time.
In our next report, we'll look at how the Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers carry out the mission of recruiting 1 million Tzu Chi donating members. In June of this year, the volunteers started to promote the spirit of Tzu Chi's bamboo bank era in Chinatown local malls. Many shop owners adopted a coin bank, and in August, volunteers went back to collect the donations. The world's first Chinatown is located in Manila. Tzu Chi volunteers have separated into 6 groups and went to the shops to carry out an important mission.
Dharma Master Zhen Yan has given the Philippines volunteers the mission of recruiting 1 million Tzu Chi donating members. Therefore, we plan to actively carry out this mission in the communities.
Since June of this year, Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers headed to Chinatown and local shopping malls to promote the spirit of Tzu Chi's bamboo bank era.
We often see volunteers in Malaysia head to different households to recruit Tzu Chi members. Therefore, we hope to learn from them and ask shop owners in Chinatown and at shopping malls to adopt a bamboo coin bank.
We are overseas immigrants living in the Philippines. We should help the local Filipinos. We should help the impoverished people.
In August, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to collect the coin banks in Chinatown for the first time.
With God's love, we can accumulate small amounts of money to help a lot of people. There are many disasters in the Philippines. A small amount of money can do great deeds.
A volunteer who is undergoing volunteer training communicates with the shop owners. It is hard to believe that in the past, she was hesitant to canvass for donations.
In the past, I wasn't involved in Tzu Chi's work, and therefore I could not introduce Tzu Chi to people. Later, I learned a lot from physically participating and carry out the work. Learning so much since last year, I now feel proud of Tzu Chi. I have recruited many of my friends to join Tzu Chi.
The volunteers introduced Tzu Chi with passion. Up until now, more than 430 shop owners, including market stands and bank staff, have adopted bamboo coin banks.
It is more convenient. We can put the money directly in the bamboo coin banks. It is not convenient for us to go to the Tzu Chi office ourselves.
Some customers will make donations on their own. I tell the Filipino customers, this is the donation box. It is written here and they can read it. I tell them that Tzu Chi helps people in need. When disasters such as typhoon strikes, they will make donations themselves.
Tzu Chi's bamboo bank era spirit is also the basic Tzu Chi volunteer spirit. As the senior volunteers pass on their experiences, the new volunteers have brought a boost of energy into the team.
跟着他们一起做，有没有感觉的变年轻了？
是，年轻的，好几岁，10多岁都有了。我们来给你修你的爱心，好像又重新找回到以前的慈。
I seem to have rekindled with the earlier Tzu Chi days. They are so active. They make me feel that there is much hope for Tzu Chi in the Philippines.
在菲律宾的慈济就很有希望。
With hope, great love was spread in the Philippines.
I hope that the spirits of Tzu Chi's bamboo bank era can spread to every shopping mall and more people will know about Tzu Chi.
There's a grandmother in Tainan who was left with 3 grandchildren to raise when they were abandoned by their mother and the father passed away. The grandmother did not have the financial means to raise them, but due to her strong sense of responsibility and resilience, she made it work. So the volunteers took on this case and were really amazed at the strength of the grandmother.
After my father passed away, we all needed to step in to help out. Otherwise, it would be too much work for Grandma. So when we have time, we will help her out.
When you pinch down and it's quite soft, also it needs to be a reddish color, then you can pick it.
谁教你的？阿嬤。
I come to see her, see how she is doing. I would try to help her out a bit so that she can collect the harvest faster and go home and rest.
I didn't let my grandkids go hungry. I just eat a bit less each meal, less doable. Otherwise, they have no father and no mother. They only have grandma left. What was I supposed to do? I don't have enough money either.
When I received this case referral, she told me that she cannot be sad for too long. She was afraid that it would have a negative effect on the 3 grandkids. She wanted to be able to give them 100% of her love and care. However, every home visit, seeing the 3 children's situation, Grandma is doing a fantastic job in raising them. I think how they turned out is her biggest comfort. Now the oldest granddaughter is going into the military, so that is going to be an extra source of income for the family.
这上面去这边哦，我感觉害我做烦恼。
可以啦，
可以。
在家都有帮忙工作。
会舍不得你。
I'm not going to college and don't really know what I want to do yet, so why not go into the military?
李姐啊，阿妈无面线啊，你去点啊买面线哈。
好。
I just think that I can finally help the family out by going to the store to buy things.
谢谢。谢谢。因为觉得阿嬤很辛苦，如果我可以做的，我就想要去帮忙。
等一下感恩的时候送给阿嬤，小孩子嘛，给你写一张卡片。 要送给阿嬤。
真的很感谢阿嬤您那么辛苦的工作，照顾我们3个孙子。如今我也18岁长大了。
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for working so hard in raising us 3. I'm 18 now, I am all grown up, and I'm going into the military soon. I'm going to work hard to make sure that we can be financially stable. This way, you won't have to work so hard anymore. I'm capable to shoulder the responsibilities of this family now, so please, Grandma, you can finally rest now.
所以阿嬤，您别再做那么多了。阿嬤辛苦了，我爱你。
好，
谢谢你的教导，辛苦了。
I'm still filled with mixed emotions about all of this. If I said that I was fine emotionally, I would be lying.
就希望阿嬤能活很久，可能等我结婚生子，她都看得到啊。
In the suburbs of Colombo, Sri Lanka, there's a Victoria home that houses nearly 200 people with disabilities. Local city volunteers have been caring for these residents for years now and recently collaborated with the military hospital. After participating with the TIMA teams, the consultant to the military hospital came up with the idea of a local free dental clinic. The wish came to fruition when it was backed up by the Sri Lanka Dental Association.
Volunteers have been regularly visiting and caring for the residents at the Victoria home. However, this time there will be the first ever free dental clinic made up of local dentists that will take place.
I feel very happy and energetic because we are helping the needy.
Brigadier Dr. Malshata Mutamula, consultant to the military hospital, is no stranger to the Tsiji Free Clinic experience. It was his idea to start a local free dental clinic for the needy, and it was met with great support from the Sri Lanka Dental Association.
Happy to be involved with this program, and this project is specially for the people who cannot go into the hospital in a rush.
For many physicians, it was their first time serving at a free clinic.
I must say that you should do this more often to help these people. This is an eye-opener to everyone. The Zuzi Foundation has actually set a good example.
At the end of the day, 30 residents were successfully treated, turning compassion into actions, spreading great love to all.
Daling City Hospital has treated 40,000 patients with vitiligo for over 10 years now. This is where your own body cells are attacking the skin cells, which causes the pigmentation to not produce properly. Long-term clinical treatment experiences have found that immunotherapy has been the most effective treatment option.
Li Tuobei was diagnosed with vitiligo since the 2nd grade. He has been abandoned by multiple doctors over the years. That's why he traveled all over and eventually resorted to traditional folk medicine. It's a real torment psychologically.
I have received a lot of treatments. I've gone to all hospitals in Taipei, both small and big.
Vitiligo is a very common disease in society. There are no real standard effective treatments available. I think 95% of dermatologists will all say that there is no medicine to treat this type of condition.
Li Tuobei has been receiving treatment since 2013. He found that the use of immunotherapy is very effective in pinpointing the issue at hand. The treatment improvement rate is very high, with 95% of patients' white spots controlled within 3 months of treatment. And after 6 months of treatment, around 35% of patients presented with skin pigment regeneration. This has boosted the confidence levels of the patients significantly.
I had given up on treatment's option a while back because I felt like there was nothing I could do to change the situation. I had already accepted that it was my reality to live this way. Then one day, one of my friends saw a repost on the internet talking about how Dr. Lai Ningshen has treatment options for vitiligo patients. That was why I gave it a last shot.
Vitiligo is a very common disease. It's an autoimmune disease. It can be treated by immunotherapy. Since we already know that this type of disease is in the lymphocytes, so it makes sense to directly treat this cell.
Although vitiligo is not life-threatening, it does create a high level of social and/or psychological distress among the patients due to appearance abnormalities. About 76% of patients simply just have vitiligo, where the immune system attacks and destroys the melanocytes in the skin. Statistics show that 24% of vitiligo patients will have other autoimmune diseases, such as lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and psoriasis. If not treated properly, it will cause inflammation of the internal organs. In severe cases, the patient will become disabled. That is why it's crucial to track and get early treatment options.
For the past 70 to 80 years, the myth of the medical profession has been that these types of diseases are untreatable. These types of response give the patients a hopeless future. Now I believe this myth can be broken.
If you find abnormal white spots on the body and it persists, it is highly recommended that you seek immediate medical attention. If you do not receive proper treatment and ignore the symptoms, it may cause the white spots to spread continuously. Early treatment and observation is the only way to effectively reduce or even get rid of these white spots.
In Malaysia, the bakery shop attached to Tzu Chi Dialysis Center in Penang is under renovation. Therefore, the center had no choice but to stop offering free bread to the dialysis patients. As an alternative option, Tzu Chi volunteers made rice broth with the Jing Si instant rice.
The bakery shop attached to the Tzu Chi Dialysis Center in Penang is undergoing renovation. That means they have to stop providing bread to the patients.
We have been providing bread for dialysis patients in the past. We are worried that without the bread, they might consume unhealthy food outside, so we use Jing Si food products to replace the bread.
Tzu Chi volunteers replaced the bread with handmade rice balls. One dialysis patient, Go Hongbi, came to help.
I am free this morning, and I want to give back to Tzu Chi. We receive free dialysis treatment here, therefore I want to reciprocate the help during my spare time.
The dialysis patient also offered the rice balls to her friends and family members in order to promote vegetarianism.
I think instant rice is good for us, and it's convenient, so I would like to share this with my friends. In the end, they said, it's better than Japanese sushi.
As the dialysis patients enjoy the rice balls, they can also feel the love and thoughtfulness of the Tzu Chi volunteers.
As a student orientation activity, students from化仁Junior High School went to Hualien City Recycling Educational Station to learn all about recycling. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.